Hello, and welcome back to the Who Are You podcast. Today we're sitting on episode, 169.
Woo!
Welcome back to the podcast. If this is your first time checking out the Who Are You, make sure you guys give us a follow on all of our social media. It's going to be at Who Are You Pod, from everything from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all the normal spots. You guys know where to find us nowadays. And make sure you guys are checking out our YouTube channel. The community is growing there. We're very happy with everything that we're seeing going on that side of things. All the likes, comments, shares. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, if this is your first time checking us out, it's going to be Who Are You podcast on YouTube. You guys can check out all our video content and some other things coming up here in the future. Yes. But today, sitting down with the co-host, my wifey, Shannon.
Hello.
Welcome back. We're sitting here doing another fun Sunday hangout. You know, we did a couple episodes. Shout out to Vic Michelucci, and Mr. Tim Horvath for coming on these past couple weeks. They were great interviews, you know, getting to hear about JSO and the inner workings behind that. Tommy G coming to Jacksonville, other big YouTubers. Getting to sit down with a city council member as well for Neptune Beach. Also
a lot of things.
Yeah, a nurse.
Anesthesiologist.
No, so that's what it was wrong. So it's a nurse anesthetist, I think is what he told me to say is what it was.
Yes, a nurse anesthetist.
Yeah.
City council member, board of the speech and hearing.
Yep.
I forget the last part of that every time.
Yeah, I think it's like
speech and hearing center.
Yeah, I think
yes.
It's the center. And
please forgive me.
Yeah, but we've been having all kinds of cool guests coming on, and it's been nice to, you know, meet some new people, get to see what other stuff's going on. They've been recommendation other future guests that you guys will be seeing here on the podcast soon. So like I said, shout out to them. Thank you guys again for coming out, taking the time out of your busy schedules to come on the podcast. But like I said, today's more fun Sunday hangout. You know, we've had some other things go on. We've actually had a very busy couple weeks.
Very busy.
Shannon's been traveling. We've been traveling together, going to like Tampa. She went to Ohio. It's been a busy couple weeks, but it's been a good time. Another thing I
hate traveling.
You do, but before we get into her traveling story, shout out to Michael and April, our friends down in Tampa.
Yes.
We went down there for a baby shower, and they should be having their baby in the next couple weeks, is what I'm remembering.
I think they said mid-August, which Haley is also due mid-August. My friend up in Ohio, so it was crazy because I saw both of them within a week span, and it's getting really close.
Yeah, it's crazy. But like I said, shout out to all of them. Really happy that we got to see them. You guys hear me talk about my times of playing Call of Duty with the boys. That is one of the boys that we go out and play with all the time. So it's been a fun couple of weeks. But the Tampa travel was a good time. We went around. We went to a Florida aquarium. We went out to a couple different like restaurants and bars around the hotel. We stayed at the Hilton downtown Tampa.
Such a nice place.
Beautiful.
I have never seen an escalator in a hotel before, but that was awesome.
Small things.
They had like a rooftop pool and stuff. We didn't use it, but you know,
it wasn't the biggest pool in the world, though.
Big,
you know, like we went up there. But it was a beautiful time. We got to go walk around, go explore more of the city. I've been to Tampa multiple times, but I've been more to like Ybor City. Like I went down there for my bachelor party with like Nolan and a couple other of my friends, and it was a good time. But you know, we're all out there just drinking and partying and having fun. We weren't really like trying to explore the city.
Yeah, and whenever I lived down there, I lived more in the Lutz area, which isn't that close, I would say, to like downtown Tampa. I would say it's at least like 30 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So I never really explored down there either when I lived. I just, you know, my little area. Also, I was only there for like a year or so.
Yeah, that's true. You know, but it was a cool time. We went out to a place called Pint and Brew that was right across the street.
Amazing.
This was the favorite part of like the whole like trip. Really, is like everything was in walking distance. Here in Jacksonville, everything's 20 minutes away. It's not like a lot of stuff's in walking distance unless you live at the beach or something where they have the whole strip of bars and restaurants and things.
Yeah, and even if you go downtown, everything, like, it's not like you can stay at a hotel and be just across the street from a really good brewery and like food place, so you do have to still walk when you're downtown.
Yeah, but it was a cool spot. Pine Brew, they had like all kinds of artisan like grilled cheeses that they like cooked basically right in front of you.
Loved it.
Yeah, Shannon what'd you get, a jalapeno popper one?
Jalapeno popper grilled cheese. It was a first and probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, it was solid. She was munching down on that. What'd I get? I got like a Reuben one night. What was the first one I got? I'm trying to remember. They had a couple good ones that I got there. I think one was like a cheesesteak one that I got. Everything was super good. Tried a couple new beers out there as well. I'm not like one of those IPA or all that type of shit when it comes to like beers. I'm just really not. So this place wasn't like, you don't just get Bud Light, Budweiser or anything like that. It was a bunch of like local Florida beers. And I was like, okay, cool. So
I mean, they did have like high noons and like little seltzers and stuff like that as well. But
yeah, they had like main stuff like that. But I was saying like on tap, right?
Yeah, on tap.
They didn't have like Bud Light or Blue Moon, anything like I would normally drink around that. So I got this one called Baby Blue, and it was cool. The can looked on the outside, it was supposed to look like a Walter White. And the beer itself was neon blue. Like, it looked like if you guys ever played Fortnite and those chug jugs, it looked like that. Super, super good. I cannot find it anywhere near us in Jacksonville.
if you know where to get it for us in Jacksonville, let us know, because he has been wanting it so bad.
Yeah, and I think the name of the brewery was like Invictus or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I forgot. Hey, if y'all are listening, I would be more than happy to buy beer off you. I just can't find it.
Yes.
But it was it tastes like, I don't know if you guys have ever been on like a cruise or maybe gone somewhere tropical, right, for a trip, and they had these things called Blue Hawaiians. It's not like a really like hidden drink. You could probably find them a lot of places. It was like that in a beer, so it tastes like coconut and everything. It was super good.
Sour, right?
Yeah, it was like considered a sour
so it did
beer.
have a little like extra
sourness
to it.
Yeah.
Compared to a mixed like Blue Hawaiian.
Yeah.
But
And those are the kinds of beers, if I go to those like craft places, quote unquote, that's usually what I look for, the sours, because usually they're like a little bit sweeter. It's not like, and it's also not 10% alcohol, because that's the thing about some of those IPAs you have to be careful about. They'll be like 10%. You have 2 or 3 of those, and me not having the highest alcohol tolerance, you're sitting there like starting to slide off your stool after a minute. You're like, oh shit, that one caught up on me.
But that's where the grilled cheese come into play.
Yeah.
It helps. You got to make sure you eat those.
They had that. We had that big old pretzel too that was like hanging on the stick.
Yeah, that was huge. Mm-hmm. Great beer cheese though.
Yep, solid.
Love a good beer cheese and pretzel as well.
Yeah, it was a solid time. Like I said, we had a good time. The Florida Aquarium, as you guys, I'm sure, have heard us say 1,000 times. Anytime we go to a city or somewhere maybe we haven't been to, we've been to Tampa before, and we've been to the aquarium, but we went back over there and checked out the whole thing. It's a super cool place where it's like half inside, half outside. They have these spots where you go into the outside part, and it basically is like a whole like nature preserve that has a dome over it. And they have parts where like there's water and then like a kind of a grassland in the middle of it. And they have all these different kinds of birds, whether it's like ducks or they have those, they look like flamingos, but they have like the spoon bills. So it's like they have like a rounded front of their mouth. And literally, if I was a crazy person, I could just walk up and just go bloop and just walk out with a duck.
Yeah, we took a picture, like the, glass and stuff where the water is, it's only maybe up to my waist or so. And the ducks and fish and everything are just literally, I could go pet it, and like you said, you could just grab it.
I'm not gonna lie, I had some intrusive thoughts. I didn't let the intrusive thoughts win, but I was like, Shannon, we could definitely stuff one of these in your purse.
100%.
Like there's these I forgot the kind of duck it was. It was like this big. It had like a bright blue bill.
Love those.
I was like, we can fucking 100% sneak that out. Oh. These are the conversations we're having at the aquariums.
And we got to watch those little flamingo things, washing their shrimp and everything. It was so cute. And that bunch of turtles.
Yeah. There's turtles, otters. We saw the otters.
Yeah.
They were feeding the baby alligators while we were there too.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty cool.
They had a ton of baby alligators hanging out. You can't just reach in for those, obviously, but
we got plenty of those here in Florida. Those aren't the hardest ones to find.
Right. But yeah, it's huge, and they're adding more stuff. I think they were bringing like a new type of duck or something.
What were those birds called? They're not dodo birds. Puffins.
Puffins.
They're bringing
a puffin exhibit there.
Yeah, I was like, that'd be kind of cool to see. I don't know if I've ever seen a puffin.
I've never seen one in real life.
Yeah, because here in Florida, like or Jacksonville, we have a huge zoo. I love our zoo here in Jax. They make it bigger and bigger every year. We don't have an aquarium though, but they said for years that they've been planning to put one here. I think that'd be a badass thing to have.
They definitely need to put one. Obviously, like we love going to aquariums wherever we go, so that would be a huge thing if we had one right where we live.
I'd go all the time.
Yeah.
I like that kind of stuff. Just going and seeing animals. I love our zoo here. Me and you have gone on multiple dates there.
We need to go back, but they're just getting so expensive. Everything's just so expensive.
Yeah, but like I feel like the zoo though, like say it's like $30 or $40 to get in person, right? At least our zoo is big enough where you're there for like 4 hours.
That is true. You can spend, a good part of your day.
That's the way I look at things a lot of times, like amusement parks and all that stuff. How long am I going to be there? So if it's like $40, you're there for 4 hours, $10 an hour to be there. Not terrible, kind of thing, in my opinion. Obviously, if you want to buy food and all that stuff in there, that's not the cheapest thing in the world, but we don't usually go too crazy on zoo food. It's nothing special.
One of my favorite things, like I guess you could do it at aquariums or zoos, is going and petting the stingrays and the birds at the zoo. We can go through and they come and land on our shoulders or whatever, and just...
You say you like that until they poop on you.
I mean... It only happened once.
One of our very first dates.
They say it's good luck, but it's still cute to like feed them and have them crawl over you.
I think it's cool. There's still like, I don't know if you guys ever look at your Snapchat still. Well, I guess I don't know if is Snapchat getting old, or are we starting to be old people for using that? Because I don't know if like I'll have to ask Seth. I think he uses Snapchat with his friends.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going out of style or anything.
But it's crazy to see the pictures because like I remember looking through my memories and everything, and it's us wearing masks during COVID time, and we're all walking. Me and you were walking around with the birds and stuff. I was like, holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, when I got pooped on, it wasn't COVID time, luckily, but...
No, that was a little bit earlier. That was more like 2020, 2019 times.
But that's our favorite hobbies is going and looking at animals. I love animals.
That's what we always go and do stuff. Just looking at fish were cool. They had all kinds of different kinds of shrimp. They had like puffer fish, lionfish, you know.
What are those? Jellyfish?
Just jellyfish in general.
Bunch of different ones.
And then there was like one big opening, like you're walking through, it's all dark, and they do like the neon lights, so some of the animals are fluorescent. That's pretty cool. They had one room where it's kind of like, if you guys have ever seen 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler, and they're standing in front of this big, looks like water tank, and like sharks and things are going by. It was that whole thing going on.
Well, they have where it goes over you.
Well, there's that, but remember there was that one room where we saw the people going in for the tours and everything.
That was really cool. We got to see like just normal people going down in the tanks with all the sharks and fish and turtles, whatever was in there.
Yeah, they were wearing like the whole like, it's like a big, it looks like a scuba diver like headset kind of thing on, and we're walking around with instructors and stuff. It was pretty cool to see.
That'd be a cool thing to do sometime.
I'd be down. I've never been in something like that before. I've never even swam with dolphins. I know you have, and like with manatees and stuff. Fun. I've never had a chance to do that quite yet. I would definitely be down though. My luck, I get bit by the shark, but it is what it is.
No, I think the ones that they had in there were like the nurse sharks.
No, they had some like sharks with like big ass teeth in there, like tiger sharks and shit. No, maybe not tiger sharks, but they had other ones in there where like the teeth are all jagged. You could see them sticking out. I'm like,
Well, just be calm. That's what you got to do.
And you remember all the fish we saw like fighting each other? Like,
oh my gosh,
there were so many animals like be mean to
each other. Like anytime we would go to the next exhibit, they would start just like going at each other.
I was like, is it us? So, like, are we causing issues in here?
Right, and we're just wanting to watch them. We just like to see them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
One of my favorite animals that you don't get to see a lot when it comes to like us going to aquariums are seahorses. I think those are such cool animals that like every so often I'm like, oh shit, I forgot you even existed. And I'm like, that's right, seahorse. Yeah.
And then you see like all the different sizes and different versions, because there was ones with like the huge like pot belly. I think they're called seahorses, and then the little teeny tiny.
You think they're called seahorses?
No, the pot belly.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Oh.
Go on.
Anyways, keep on going.
But it's just cool to see all the different variations they have.
Yeah.
But that's all I had to say.
No, it was a cool spot. Like I said, I always enjoy going in there and checking stuff out. And it's a fun time. That's usually just one of our traditions of going to new places. So. Yeah.
And we went golfing as well.
We did
a 9-round course.
But. I think, guys, I put it in the comments. I think Shannon's been sandbagging me for about a year now. So I got her a set of clubs. And we've gone out, and she like tops the ball and all these things whenever we're with my friends here in Jax. We go to Tampa. We go to fucking Tampa, and Shannon starts hitting like 150-yard drives. I know to some of you golf sommelier assholes out there, like, oh,
I don't have huge muscles. Okay.
Yes, that far. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, for her who's only been like playing consistently now for about a year, she was hitting the fuck out of the ball. I was sitting there watching this. I'm like.
And my driver is literally my worst club in my head.
Not that day.
Not that day. That day I was very proud of the drives I was hitting, the putts. Everything was...
She was making me look bad in front of my friends.
I kind of lost it after the first like 3 holes.
But. I wouldn't say that. I would say the first 5 out of the 9 we played, you were hitting the ball really well. Yeah. And then, there's spots here and there where she'd come in clutch or other things. My boys are like, oh, do your back hurt, Shannon? I'm like, fuck y'all.
That's my funniest, my favorite thing.
It was a good time.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. We had, like I said, Tampa trip was a good time. We literally went from Friday to Sunday, and we did all that.
We did so much.
Yeah, and
it made it worth it.
It didn't feel like we were like running that bad. We were doing all that. Went to Top Golf with the boys too, and then we went to the baby shower after going golfing.
The boys at Top Golf as well.
Not all of them. Not all the games. You maybe
for
one.
For the Angry Bird games, I did.
For one of them, you did. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and then the baby shower, that was fun because we went and hung out in the pool, throwing water balloons at each other, and It was a good time.
It was. I enjoyed.
Although it was raining, so not many people got in, but we were making the best of our time.
we always have a good time. Yep. So no, it was a solid trip. But then Shannon, before we went to Tampa, she had an unfortunate incident on her flights back. If you want to go into that,
man. So even my flight up there, I was literally my first flight out of Jacksonville. I had a layover in Charlotte both times, and my first flight left. I would say maybe 30 minutes late, which maybe doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have a connecting flight, man. And then if you know how big Charlotte Airport is, my terminal that I came in at was like C, and I had to go all the way to E, which was like down a whole flight of stairs and then like on the other side of the airport. And I literally had to sprint through the whole airport. I got there and it says gate closed, and I was about to break down in tears. But they hadn't left yet, so luckily, they let me on, got to Ohio, no problem. We were good to go. Had a great time in Ohio, hang out with Haley, saw some people, my sister, everyone. And then my flight back left on time out of Akron Canton. I was like, great, this is going to be a smooth travel day.
Little did you know.
Little did I know. Yeah, we got to Charlotte. I had, 45-minute layover. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to get back in Jax around 5 o'clock. Well, I guess the plane that we were supposed to connect to had some issues, and we weren't going to be using that one. And so they changed it to a different one that was supposed to be coming in. And then that got changed. So they had to bring one out of the hangar. And it took them over 3 hours to try and cool the plane down before they even brought an air conditioner on board. So then they finally are like, okay, we're going to start boarding. Lightning, thunder, pour down rain, everything. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So already we were 3 hours behind. But yeah, so that flight, we got on board, and they were like, we were waiting on board for 45 minutes as well. I literally finished the movie that I was watching from my first flight. And they're like, okay, well, if you want to get off the plane, we'll let you off, but most likely you can't come back on, because they were just waiting for the weather to stop so we could leave. Well, eventually, I guess they weren't keeping track of people, and people weren't taking their carry-ons. So they deboarded the whole plane, saying there was a security breach. What? We thought, okay, they're going to clear this. We're all going to get back on, and then we'll leave.
Nope.
No, they canceled that flight then. Like 5 minutes after they deboarded us. Canceled. They're like, okay, we're going to get you on the next one. It leaves at like 10 o'clock or whatever. So got us on that one. Canceled that one. And meanwhile, all these other flights are coming in and leaving. And we're like, what is going on? Like, why are we not getting another flight? Like, we've been here over 5 hours now at this airport. And so that 10 o'clock one was originally delayed to like 2 o'clock. And then it got canceled. And they're like, okay, the next flight we have is for 8:15 in the morning. And we're not giving you any vouchers because it's weather related of why your flights were canceled. It's like, no, it wasn't weather related originally. You made us sit in the airport for 3 hours. This was American, and I will never fly them again. I had to call it out because this is the first time I ever flew them, and I had all these issues. Not having it. They wouldn't give us vouchers saying it was weather related, and it's like you literally took 3 hours to even get us a plane and try and cool it down, so it wasn't weather related originally. No reimbursements, nothing. Just, we'll get you on a flight whenever we can. I was so mad. So mad. And anyone who flies, airports, like food and stuff is not cheap. I wasn't going to be able to find a hotel because all these other flights were being canceled and delayed, so hotels were going to be booked and expensive if you're by the airport. But,
well, that's what I was about to say. You spent the night there, too.
Yeah, I say I slept in the airport, but I didn't sleep at all.
Yeah, you were there literally all night. Like, I got off work early to go and, like, be able to pick you up and stuff, and all that shit went down. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, I had kept updating him, like, yeah, I'm not going to be coming in at 5 now. I'll let you know once we actually leave. And
I was prepared. I was up late, and I was like, I'll come get you whenever you get in, kind of thing.
Come 2 o'clock in the morning, I was like, yeah, I'm not even flying out tonight. So.
Yeah. And
I was so mad. So mad.
so Shannon does this, right? You know, obviously out of her control. She ends up making friends with these people that were sitting with her this whole
Some
time.
older people, you know, like
Yeah.
parents and their mother.
Yeah. So Shannon does this shit, and she's like, yeah, they're going to drive me home. I'm like, what?
They were really nice.
Yeah, this is the start to a murder. Like, oh, she was, flying back from Ohio, and dun dun dun, and then the faces get all like washed out of color and stuff, and like the murder scenes.
Well, I learned their names, their jobs. Like
That doesn't mean shit. People can tell you anything they want,
Yeah.
and you can't believe everything.
You're right, but my intuition said that I could trust them, and I got home safe. Everything worked out.
I don't know how she's alive sometimes, guys. Like, I know y'all have heard me tell the story of like the kidnap game that she played with her friends, and then this shit. Like, it's she like just doesn't think about it. She's like, oh yeah, it's whatever. These people told me that he's a doctor and she's a nurse and all that.
No.
And blah 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 blah. Yeah, no, my ass would walk home before I had some random ass people like, oh yeah, I'll take you home. I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. Appreciate you.
Well, you weren't gonna come pick me up.
Uber. I'd much rather have something that tracks you than some freaking random people drive you.
Pay $60 for a trip home.
That or getting possibly murdered by some random people who just wanted to harvest your organs.
None of that happened. They were super nice, super sweet. We literally spent the whole 12 plus hours of just sitting at the airport together.
I was nervous. Just letting y'all know.
Well, you should have called out of work then.
Yeah. You had multiple chances. I could have got my dad to come get you. There's multiple people who would have came and got you.
Well, why didn't you call him and ask?
I did. You were like, no, I'm going to go with these people.
No.
I would have had things.
If you said, oh no, my dad's going to come get you, I would have been like, okay, sweet.
Yeah, you didn't. You were like all set on this. I'm like, I can get someone else
I was
here.
not set on it.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was. She's lying to you guys.
She never gave me the other options.
The Who's. She's lying to you. She's acting like she doesn't know these options as well. She has many people here in Jacksonville that would come pick her up, but no, she chooses to go on some kind of adventure.
Everyone was working
with these weird people.
It was not an adventure. Literally, we went, got our bags, got to the car, and they dropped me home.
Put in the comments if you agree or not. I'm gonna clip this one and make sure I post this one this week.
Some people you can trust.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, yeah.
Not in this world.
I had pictures of I'd talked to my mom and everyone knew. I had their names and what they did. Everyone knew what was happening.
No.
But yeah.
Anyways.
Terrible experience with that airline.
Say American. They're getting hated on.
I mean, Southwest, they up their prices and stuff. Like, they don't have all the free bags and stuff, but I'm going to just do them.
Southwest
going
always
on in the future. Never had a problem.
Southwest usually works, in my opinion. That's why I usually fly. I like them or JetBlue, but they're a little more expensive too.
Yeah, I've never flown JetBlue.
JetBlue's nice. That was one of the first airlines I ever flew that had TVs in the back of the seat.
Yeah.
I always thought that was so freaking cool.
That is very cool. I think I used to fly Spirit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you'll become a Spirit.
Yeah, and again, we've talked about all those plane crashes originally in the beginning of the year, and they were the only one that hadn't had
That's
one.
true.
So
that's a good point. I'll give you that.
Used to fly Spirit, moved on to Southwest, and those were like the
Southwest.
Those were like the two that I had ever had knowledge with, and then my mom was like, "Oh, American has these deals." Never again.
Your mom?
Never again.
Your mom always looks for a deal, and you know what happens every time we do this. I love your mother. I love your mom to death, but these deals sometimes I'm not the biggest fan of. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so it is going to be a little bit of a shorter podcast today. We got some stuff going on. We're actually going to a jumbo shrimp game today as well.
Yeah, we got our gear on. Got my shrimp shirt.
I need to get a shrimp shirt. I'm wearing a Boston Red Sox shirt because they're the same colors, so makes life a little easier.
You got a shrimp hat.
Yep. You say go shrimp. Go shrimp.
Yeah, I'm excited. The weather was not looking good before we started this podcast.
It's clearing up. It's starting to clear up.
Be decent the rest of the night.
The summer showers.
Yep.
Anyways, I was going to say, would you like to move into our top 3 segment of this week?
We can do that.
You guys know we love our food-related top 3s. We're trying to figure out more different kinds, but the top 3 of these, I think this is one that you guys can definitely debate over in the comments.
And there's so many different options.
And then there's going to be vegans. Oh, there's meat on that. And I don't eat meat.
There's vegan sandwiches. It's fine.
That forever or whatever it's called, Impossible Meat.
You don't have to have meat for it to be a sandwich.
Yes. So our top 3 segment of this week is going to be top 3 sandwiches. So we're kind of talking about more like kinds of sandwiches, right? It can be from a specific place that you like better, all that kind of stuff. So it can be any kind of sandwich, right?
Yes.
It can be PB&J, or you can go a different route, whichever one you're feeling. So would you like me to go first today, or you go first?
You can go first.
All right. So let me pull that up here. So on this week's top 3, my top 3 sandwiches of all time, starting off with number 3. I love a nice hot pastrami sandwich on either like rye bread. I almost said why. Rye bread, like some mustard, some cheese, maybe a little hot sauce on that.
That's very specific. I did not think
super good. And where I'm saying I like it from is just here in Jax. Any kind of deli, but my specific one of my favorites is Jason's Deli here in Jacksonville.
I love Jason's
hot
Deli.
pastrami sandwich. It's always a fat sandwich. It's on good bread, good, and a lot of times they'll throw like Thousand Island dressing on it. Really, really good. My number 2, and this one's going to cause a little issue for our northern friends. I'm going to say a Philly cheesesteak. I love me a good Philly cheesesteak.
I knew that was going to be on your list.
And one of my favorites is from Geno's up in Philly. There's Pat's and Geno's. They're the two go back and forth on who has the best, who created the Philly cheesesteak, all that kind of stuff. So it's always been a big thing. I like Pat's as well, but in my opinion, I prefer Geno's. The past couple times I've gone there, it's always been really, really good. They just have that really good bread. It's all soaked with all the juices from the meat, but it still holds up. It's not soggy. Super, super good. Mouth's watering right now. I could go.
Cheese and everything.
Oh yeah, I get the cheese. Usually the cheese whiz, so the cheese spread on there, not the real cheese. You know, you want the chemical cheese on there, and then some peppers and onions on it. Really, really good. And then my number 1. You guys already know this about me. It's gonna be a sandwich that everybody knows I love. It's gonna be a cheeseburger. And
interesting. I didn't think of like cheeseburgers being...
It's a sandwich, though. It's right. Meat between bread or something between 2 slices of bread.
You're right.
And the reason why I say a cheeseburger is like the perfect sandwich 99.9% of the time is the versatility of it.
You're right.
You can do so much different things. You can put so many different kinds of toppings, add all kinds of different stuff into the meat if you want to do. So I am going to say a cheeseburger. And if I'm going to say a specific type of cheeseburger, I love any one of them with a fried egg on top of it. So like a hangover burger or a breakfast burger, I guess some people call it. My favorites, this is going to sound bad, Twin Peaks has a solid fucking breakfast burger, or it's called a hangover burger. And then Grumpy's here in Jacksonville, the breakfast spot.
They have one?
Yeah, they have a breakfast burger. It's a cheeseburger with a sausage patty, a hash brown, and then a fried egg on top of it. Super, super good. I would say those would be my 2 places for that. So like I said, number 3, a hot pastrami sandwich is always good with some mustard, nice bread on there. Philly cheesesteak from Geno's, one of my favorites. Like I said, it was almost my number 1, but I would put that number 2. And then for the versatility, all the different kinds of stuff you can add to it, number 1, a cheeseburger. And as I said, from either Twin Peaks or Grumpy's. So solid. That's my top 3 sandwich list of this week.
Okay. Any honorable mentions?
I mean, there's all kinds of other ones. Really, like,
so many sandwiches.
Like French dips are always good. But that's basically a Philly cheesesteak. They just dip in the juice. You know what I mean? That kind of style. You know, there's really all kinds of different kinds of ones, but I guess those would be the top 3 that come to my mind when I was sitting there thinking about it. PB&J, OG PB&J always hits. I love those as well. That's a breakfast, lunch, snack, whatever you want to say.
Okay. So for my top 3, start this off by saying you guys all know that I'm a child and I eat like a child. So for number 3, I originally had a different thing, but then we went out and got chicken salad today.
Ooh,
I love a good chicken salad sandwich.
Good call.
And it's not like the cubed chicken salad. I like the shredded. Like it's so good. Chicken Salad Chick makes amazing chicken salad. Toast some bread up, put it on there.
Didn't even think about that. We just got that today.
Yeah,
Solid
that's
choice.
why I thought about it.
Solid choice. Okay.
My number 2, I put peanut butter and jelly.
Solid choice. It's a classic.
We really need to get jelly, but typically we get Uncrustables, but we used to just make peanut butter sandwiches. I feel like you got to have the jelly for it to be that perfect sandwich.
Understand.
And then my number 1, I put grilled cheese.
Classic as well.
A classic grilled cheese. I make them often here. And then after our Tampa trip, having the varieties that they had, like the jalapeno popper and stuff, it just kind of opened that world more.
Opened your mind.
It opened my mind. And I just love a good grilled cheese. So those are my top 3. And then my honorable mention, I put like a normal like lunch meat sandwich, lunch meat, mayo, cheese, and you have to put potato chips on it.
Oh, yeah, like the ones you get if you're going to the beach or you're going to the pool or something.
Whether it be Doritos, Lay's chips, whatever it is.
Fuck yeah.
Love those. So those are my top 3 sandwiches. Again, chicken salad sandwich, peanut butter and jelly, grilled cheese.
Solid list, in my opinion. I don't think it's a bad list. I think that you had some ones I didn't even think about on there, so I like that. Put in the comments down below who you guys think had the better list. We are trying to keep some tallies, see what we're kind of going for when it comes.
You have something on your list that we didn't mention.
Put it on there.
Let us know.
Let us know. You guys we'll be putting clips out. You guys will definitely see. So make sure you guys let us know in the comments what you guys are thinking in there. So that was a solid list. I'm interested to see what people's opinions are this week on that.
Me too. That's why I also was like, obviously I eat like a child, peanut butter jelly, grilled cheese, things like that. So.
I'm ready to see Philly people get mad at me for what I said about the cheesesteaks.
Honestly, the places you mentioned, I don't know if I've ever been to them. I mean, I like a Philly cheesesteak, but it's not on my list. It's not something I eat often. I'm not a huge sub person. I feel like there's just too much bread.
I understand. There's nothing wrong with that. I like bread. I like a lot of bread in a sandwich, so that's fine. That's fine.
All right.
And what's your would you rather this week? Let me know. Is it a good one? You got one for me?
I don't think it's great. I was struggling to think of some would you rather. So I have one that is kind of like a general, and then one that was more like specific to you. But I'll do, would you rather have to wear a skirt every day? Like, it could be like a kilt or, normal skirt that women wear.
Okay.
Whatever style. Or have to wear heels every weekend. So you have to wear a skirt Monday through Friday, no matter what you're doing. Or you wear heels throughout the weekend, no matter what you're doing.
For what I do for my job, I don't think my clients would be very happy with me wearing a skirt.
Well, that's why anytime I wear a skirt, I wear spandex underneath.
Yeah, you don't go on top of a ladder like I do on a daily basis or get up on stuff. And then
you could wear an ankle skirt.
What am I doing on the weekends? Am I a hooker? Like, what's up with the heels? What do I got going on?
No, it'd be funny to see you in heels.
I'd probably break my leg doing heels.
Go golfing in heels. I mean, it's not just like stiletto heels. There's wedges. There's teeny heels. Like,
I'd wear the kilt.
There's so many varieties.
I'd wear the kilt just out of safety.
Out of safety?
Out of safety for my body. Yeah, because I feel like I'd roll my ankle in freaking heels or, anything like that. So I'd wear the kilt. Like I said, I'd rock the kilt.
Okay.
That'd be interesting. HVAC industry, they'd be like, who the fuck is this guy?
The HVAC man's wearing a skirt.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So my would you rather question. This one's a little deeper. It's like a deep thought process there.
As always.
Well, this one's interesting. Would you rather have a rewind button on your life or have a pause button on your life?
So, like, if I make a mistake, I rewind and redo that, or if I'm tired, I can just press pause and do what I want.
Or tired, or you're in a good moment that you don't want to forget, any of that kind of stuff.
I have a question for the pause button.
Okay.
Am I the only one who, like,
notices or anything like that? Yes. Like no one would be aware that you rewinded or you paused or anything like that.
I mean, you could fuck with some people if you do a pause button.
I guess that's true. I wasn't thinking of it maliciously like you are, but
teleporting. You start one way and then you're on the other end of the room or something.
I guess that's one way of thinking of it.
I think, man, there's been so many times that I wanted to just pause life, but I think I would do the rewind button.
Okay.
Just like you said, like, if you mess something up, you can just rewind and not do that or prevent something from happening.
That's true, but also I feel like mistakes and things are like what kind of make you who you are. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Those are learning moments in your life. I don't disagree with what you're saying. True. You know what I mean? It's a matter of opinion. I'm not saying it's wrong.
Well, technically, you still, like, have that memory of it. Like, you're still, like, learning what not to do.
I guess that's a thought. Yeah, I guess you're not. I can see. But
you're also fixing.
Yeah,
as well.
I can understand.
I think that'd be my.
But it's like changing the past can make it a different future. Like you've seen in movies, 100%. Right? You know, maybe
that is scary because there's big life events that
maybe you never met me.
I know.
Nope.
I know. We'll see.
Okay.
I think I would still just do the rewind just to. I don't know.
There's nothing.
You could relive moments that you enjoyed.
That's true.
Rather than just pausing it.
That's true. like I said, I don't think you're wrong for what you're saying. I think I would go for more the pause button.
Yeah.
Because as I've gotten older in life and like, you know, say like different moments, whether it was like our wedding, right? I wish I could pause that and have enjoyed it more because it felt like it went through like in a flash of an eye, or, you know, going out, like even going golfing with the boys, right? It's a good day. Everybody's in a good mood. We're having fun. You know, that's like one of those things I wish you could bottle up that feeling and just pause it and just like actually enjoy the moment a little bit more than what you can just in normal time where things are just going by.
I think what would have been better is a slow down button.
Yeah, I can see that.
So like you're saying, those things are just going by so quick, but if you pause it, you're, like you said, you're the only one who's...
That's true.
Reminiscing. So like for our wedding, for example, you could pause it, but you aren't prolonging the fun. You're the only one there.
But I feel like pausing things, you can see other things maybe you didn't notice at that moment. Like, you know, someone's over there doing something funny, or
you do get a new perspective.
You can see more of a full picture of things that's going on around there.
Yeah.
But, you know, that was just my thought process. You were talking about more malicious. I was interested of you going.
Not.
You were like, oh, I can fuck with people. I'm like, oh, I wasn't even thinking about that, but okay.
But I wasn't being malicious. It's more so I'm standing next to you here and then unpause and I'm in the bathroom or something, you know?
I understand.
Like, what happened? How'd you get there?
I understand.
You kind of go crazy, I guess.
Put in the comments down below, y'all. What would you guys think on either of our Would You Rather questions? Definitely let us know in the comments. But do you have anything else to say this week? Like I said, a little bit of a shorter episode this week. We got some stuff going on, but just wanted to make sure I give you your time.
No, I didn't have much else. I mean, we have 4th of July this past weekend. That was a fun time.
We did. We had a good time. Shannon had a little too much fun, but we'll leave that up to another episode. And
got to see some fireworks. We're good.
Yep. We had a good time. Well, y'all, thank you guys so much again for checking us out. Like I said, I know it's a little bit of a shorter episode this week, but we wanted to make sure we kind of gave you guys an update on what was going on behind the scenes, what we were having some fun with these past couple weeks. Yes. Like we always say every single week, we appreciate y'all checking out the podcast. Oh, I did have one final thing. As you guys have heard me talk about C2 promotions, that is pretty much damn near done. We're figuring out our processing for credit card payments. So I would say here the next couple of weeks, make sure you guys keep an eye out for our posts.
But you can already start reaching out and like discussing. We can have meetings, start working on things.
Yep.
So
make sure you guys go to c2-promos.com. Make sure you put that dash. Yes, make sure you put that dash in there so you guys can find us. Like I said, it's a family business that we're doing here now. We would love to work with any and all of you that are checking out our platform here. If you guys ever have any questions, you guys want to know how the process works, reach out to us. DM me. You can DM me on the Who Are You page, C2 promo page, anywhere.
I was going to say follow the pages on Instagram and Facebook as well. It also has the links directly to our website so you know you're getting ours and not anyone else's.
Exactly. So make sure you guys check that out. But as I say, every single week, y'all, make sure you follow us on Instagram at Who Are You Pod, all of our social medias at Who Are You Pod. It's going to be Who Are You podcast for our YouTube page. And if you guys feel like you'd be a good fit for the show, make sure you guys shoot us a message on our email. It's going to be whoareyoupod@yahoo.com. And maybe we'll have you guys on a future episode. But as I say every week, y'all, thank you so much for checking us out. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.